to Hoagie Nation. Playing Warcraft 3, Horde vs. Alliance, the custom map again. Um, and this time I'm playing as my favorite hero, which is Illidan, also known as the Demon Hunter, or Devil 4833. He is an agility base who can turn invisible, has immolation, and also has a shield that can do bonus damage on attacks. And so you see I pick up the boots. Instead of going with a lightning orb, I get the orb of venom. The bonus to getting the orb of venom early game is that poison damage does a lot of damage to level 1 heroes. So if you're looking to really get in some kills, it's beneficial for you to pick the orb poison. Just because you'll be able to hit him a few times, turn invisible, move around, and then just suddenly sneak back up on him and attack again. So you can see I'm taking my usual stance, which is pop in between the creeps and deal the damage from here when the creeps cannot return back to their regular point, which is over here. So since they're trapped, easy kills. Unfortunately, I hate it when they wander down here. They can wander down and they'll rest down there. You have to go and hit them back to get them to attack. And so it looks like one of my teammates has already done a little bit of creeping. He has vampiric potion. My other guy has healing salve. And I didn't get anything off the drop, but we're all just pushing to get that last minute drop and hoping that we can get some kind of an item off it, and nothing. So that was it. Waste of time. Absolutely no creeps. Oh, he was over here. Just damn, no drops. Just nothing. And so go back for a quick heal. As you can see, the mobs are moving towards the center of the map. They're about to converge. So it's definitely time to move out. And since you can turn invisible, it's beneficial for you to use the invisibility a lot early on. If you have to, just because that way you'll be able to be around the creeps dying, gather that experience without necessarily being in any danger. And considering that I'm an agility class, I have very low health. But what's beneficial is that there's not many other heroes here in center with me, so I'm gathering experience more quickly. You can see I'm kind of hopping around. I'm trying to stay in between this area and this area, so that way I gather double the experience and move on over to these units when they are attacking, so that way I do get that extra experience. As you can see, yellow is moving in. Okay, Firelord is coming up, and he casts, and we focus on yellow. He gets the what is that called? Soul Burn. Soul Burn prevents him from using any of his spells. So he's just on the run, requires one more hit, and there's the hit. And first blood for the Demon Hunter. You'll do a little bit of boost of damage when you first come out of invisibility. So it's beneficial to use your invisibility wisely and do a good first hit. And so I'm going to focus on the back right here to Jaina because she's not nearly as strong. Strength characters are harder to kill early on because they do have more health, and that usually goes throughout the rest of the game. As you see, Jaina's hanging out in back because, well, she's playing to her class, and I'm just going to constantly annoy. And so I saw that she just used her ulti, and I'm focusing on her. The Firelord's coming up to do the same. You can just see the damage that poison does. And he casts his ultimate, and that puts the Jaina out of commission. And so come to support your teammates, guys. If they're fighting alone, even if you know it'll be fine, I recommend back up away from it. Just, help out your teammate. Don't leave him alone to get killed. I mean, Firelord has weak health himself. I'm just chasing off yellow because I know he'll run away. And I'm going into the duel as well, so I'm just trying to get some last minute kills. I'm not worried about getting trapped. I know I'm not going to die before the game. So we're up against Archmage and Dark Knight. We want to take out the Archmage first because he's intelligence, he's a summoner, and also purple does reincarnation. So we want to do our best to take out teal as we can. So you can see he's on the run. I've gone into my ultimate, And there we go. And so now we're focusing on purple. And you can see my teammate's trying to run away because he's not particularly strong at the moment. He's been damaged a lot. And if he gets hit while he's using his healing salve, his healing salve stops working. So there we go. Alright, so purple has gone down. He has to do a reincarnation to come back. I'm just focusing a little bit of time and attention on the summons while he is away. Oh, and that's unfortunate. He's going to get in and slammed. He actually lasted longer than I thought he would. And so purple's pinned up and killed. So that's 3 kills in a row. Unfortunately, my teammate did die, but there wasn't much I could do to support him. I think that's Spanish, Dejamelo. He's trying to call me a noob, but there wasn't anything I could do to actually significantly help him. So, as you can see, I'm just continuing the scan of collect up the easy kills, and we're gonna have that little bit of a lull in between plays. Oh, and there's Trigman. That is beautiful. So we move in. We're attacking on yellow, who has been severely damaged. Oh, and Jaina freezes me in place so I can't finish off yellow, who is on the run, but unfortunately did not buy gem, so cannot see me. I back up to check see if yellow's there, and I move in. Oh, and he used his ultimate and froze Jaina in place for me. And she is down. And so once she was pinned in place, perfect to attack her. She couldn't get away. So that brings it up to 4-0. And then it's all about the strong mid play and supporting your teammates. Usually it's a waste of time to attack the towers, but if you have a strong enough team in the beginning, go ahead and take out the towers just so they have less visibility on the map. And also because they'll stop your units from flowing in. So I'm just harassing yellow, keeping him from gathering his own experience, leveling up. As you can see, the abilities that I am leveling up are my agility, my shield, and windwalk. I don't really level up Immolation of Gods at all. I think it's kind of a useless, well, I guess it's kind of a useless item, at least at beginning, because you need your mana to do windwalk. And so I back out and go around because, okay, I'm here to support just in case he needs me, but he doesn't. So I back away. And since Soulburn is on blue, she is going to run because she cannot cast her spells. And we stun her, and she's down again because he hit her with her ultimate just like he did the other kill. You know, I don't see that as a steal since we both jumped on at the same time. Him casting an ultimate, yes, he did to perform the kill. But if I had a strong one-hit spell that did the same thing, I would do it. I mean, wouldn't you? Get that kill instead of the other person getting that kill? It's not a steal if it's on the open map. And so I focus on the building so I can hang out in the back. And I'm not even really too worried about the hero because even though I am low health as well, I do splash damage. And I also I do pretty large damage considering everyone else. I mean, I'm level 20. The average, well, that seems about the average level was level 20. Every once in a while, you want to check up in the stats, and you can just see the comparative level of yourself to everyone else. Make sure you don't go too far down level, such as if you're creeping or doing something else. If you go too far down a level, you're apt to be killed easily. And so I reached 25,000, and I'm going with what I always go with Demon Hunter, which may seem like a strange combo. Is I'm going to make Ring of Gods first instead of making Boots of Gods. For most agility heroes, you don't want to do this. However, I strongly believe in the Ring of Gods just for the Demon Hunter, because it gives him that mana he needs to use his immolation and to always have Windwalk. He will never be lacking for mana, and it improves his health. His basic stats are so high that just leveling up is worth it. Leveling up will allow you to do enough damage. You don't need to get Boots of Gods to increase that. So get Ring of Gods to make sure that you can't be killed as easily. At least that's my belief. And so, let's see what's going on in the other lanes. We got Teal is running a gambit on the top. And it looks like I'm coming up. I'm trying to break that up. Attacking teal. And Trigman just notices, freezes him in place, and I get the kill on teal. And so that was really good. Oh, and like teal, who is already pissed because I keep pushing him off his lane. And so I'm just hopping back down, taking out his creeps so he's no longer gathering money. That's one thing, is that the summoners have an advantage that they can gather money when they're doing their attacks. And like, he's back and he keeps popping up his summon. I have to back out to go heal. And look at other areas on the map. You see, there will always be a main battle area. Keep your eye on the other side of the map. If you destroy all these small positions, the big position won't matter as much. Let it kind of settle down on its own. And so anyway, I'm up there healing because it's all I could do. I was at very low health. And unfortunately, poor Trickman is being chased down. So I teleported in to try to assist him. And yeah, Teal's trying to kind of like bash me a little bit. But unfortunately, he did not freeze Teal, who would have, I mean, man, if he had been able to, that would have been an easy kill. But he could not, so I just need to back away. It's too dangerous for me. He has an aura, he's a strength class, and so there we go. Start to chase down. I think I'm just gonna take out their summons. I mean, why do anything else? Ooh. And red comes in to try to swoop a kill. They're doing lots of damage. I realize I have to leave. So I start the teleport maybe a little bit late, but I survived, even with all of the crazy amount of damage and the Shadow Strike, which is the Warden's move of a poison hit. But I have enough money now to build my Ring of Gods, which you can see, got all the ingredients, put them together, and I have 3,000 left over, which I like to do to make an orb. That way I can just buy the orb for my next item, which of course is going to be the Orb of Lightning for an agility hero. Because that way you cast, alright, I'm going into a duel. And so I'm moving in to try to get some higher level before I go to duel. It's just worth it. Because I know that I'm not going to die. I'm in my ultimate form. May as well use the time and experience to benefit me. And as you can see, I keep focusing on Ark's summons because he can summon them so easily, and I need to make sure that they're dead, so that way he doesn't get a high enough level and then high enough upper hand to really exceed far in the game. Alright, so, oh, it wasn't me, sorry, it was, alright, so it's Trigman and Myridminen? I honestly have no idea how to say that, but unfortunately I think that he is the weak link, Daddy. And Trigman's very hard to use later in game. It's just that it's very confusing that he is an intelligence hero that also is dependent on hitting. He's not a distance attacker. And for some reason, Trigman is not choosing to buff Mirrodin, who he could give frost armor to, but just doesn't. And so they're trying to focus on red and get red's thing down, but unfortunately they're both, so he's trying to tell him buff, give me frost armor, but he's just not. And because of that, purple's probably going to take the match because it was not team played. Oh, that's just embarrassing. Pink, you're stupid. If you have frost armor, guys, give it to your teammates, especially in a double duel. And so I was just laughing because it took two of us to kill him. But even so, he's dead. And so I'm moving back in, just attacking as many mobs as I can. So who we got? Alright, so Trigman is a tough guy to choose a class for, but his items are fucked up. I mean, it looks like he's going with Crown of Gods, which isn't a terrible choice, but he's actually an intelligence hero, even though he hits. But luckily, Jaina's made some mistakes. She missed her ultimate attack, and that's unfortunate. There we go, and blue is dead again. And we have red here, who is looking like a pretty intimidating foe. And so I'm just here collecting up the mobs and continuing to get higher level. I mean, I'm at least keeping up with the amount of level. Green is a little bit low, blue is a little bit low. Usually the people that are lower is because they died more. So I'm coming down here because I saw that red was down here, he needed support. But since he doesn't, I back out. Maybe go in and just gather the free kills. Oh, but definitely, you keep a constant eye on your enemies to see if they have gem if you're a windwalker. Just because gem can be a big downside. Like say you're chasing someone down and you're doing pretty well and they can't see you, they don't have windwalk, but then suddenly you walk up and the person next to them can see you. Alright, so I popped into ultimate because these two ganged up on me. Neither one of them has a stun to stop me. So I popped my ultimate so I wouldn't die and have that armor I needed to teleport. Green came to support, but then for some reason stayed around, and it was not a good choice for him. He could have been a very easy target. So I popped down, and now this is a great time to start attacking units, is when I'm in my ultimate form. Considering that he does do splash damage, you can see the surrounding units are being damaged when I attack. And I hit that coveted level 30, where the third ultimate is achieved. We see purple's coming down as I'm coming up, doing a sneak attack up onto teal. And so, hoping that he's not watching, that he can't see me, he pops a potion, and then he tries to teleport out. But he barely makes it, not by much. And so focus on purple as he tries to focus on me. And he's getting away, but he is being heavily damaged. I mean, he is on the move and heavily poisoned, which is exactly another reason why I go for ring. And I pass right by blue, who then I immediately focus on because I know she's lower level, she's weaker. And so she tries to get away. Unfortunately, I do not have a stun. I cannot get that kill. 3 kills in a row get away from me just because I cannot do a stun. They can teleport right in front of me if they have enough health. And there's just nothing you can do about that without getting a creep item to do so. Or buying the Hammer of Bash, which personally I don't like the Hammer of Bash. I think it's kind of a cop-out item because it costs too much money to get an item that you don't really need. Because you should be able to get that item creeping. And look, I keep pushing Ark off, and he's getting a little bit pissed because I keep pushing him off his lane. And so I'm just hopping back down, taking out his creeps so he's no longer gathering money. That's one thing, is that the summoners have an advantage that they can gather money when they're doing their attacks. And look, he's back, and he keeps popping up his summon. I have to back out to go heal. Now look at other areas on the map. You see, there will always be a main battle area. Keep your eye on the other side of the map. If you destroy all these small positions, the big position won't matter as much. Let it kind of settle down on its own. And so anyway, I'm up there healing because it's all I could do. I was at very low health. And unfortunately, poor Trickman is being chased down. So I teleported in to try to assist him. And yeah, Teal's trying to kind of like bash me a little bit. But unfortunately, he did not freeze Teal, who would have, I mean, man, if he had been able to, that would have been an easy kill. But he could not, so I just need to back away. It's too dangerous for me. He has an aura, he's a strength class, and so there we go. Start to chase down. I think I'm just going to take out their summons. I mean, why do anything else? Ooh. And red comes in to try to swoop a kill. They're doing lots of damage. I realize I have to leave. So I start the teleport maybe a little bit late, but I survived. Even with all of the crazy amount of damage and the Shadow Strike, which is the Warden's move of a poison hit. But I have enough money now to build my Ring of Gods, which you can see, got all the ingredients, put them together, and I have 3,000 left over, which I like to do to make an orb. That way I can just buy the orb for my next item, which of course is going to be the Orb of Lightning for an agility hero. Because that way you cast, alright, I'm going into a duel. And so I'm moving in to try to get some higher level before I go to duel. It's just worth it. Because I know that I'm not going to die. I'm in my ultimate form. May as well use the time and experience to benefit me. And as you can see, I keep focusing on arcs summons because he can summon them so easily, and I need to make sure that they're dead so that way he doesn't get a high enough level and a high enough upper hand to really exceed far in the game. Alright, so oh, it wasn't me. Sorry, it was alright, so it's Trigman and Myridminen? Honestly have no idea how to say that. But unfortunately, I think that he is the weak link, Daddy. Um, and Trigman's very hard to use later in game. It's just that it's very confusing that he is an intelligence hero that also is dependent on hitting. He's not a distance attacker. And for some reason, Trigman is not choosing to buff Mirrodin, who he could give Frost Armor to, but just doesn't. And so they're trying to focus on Red and get Red's thing down, but unfortunately, they're both. So he's trying to tell him, buff, 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 give me Frost Armor, but he's just not. And because of that, Purple is probably going to take the match because it was not team played. Oh, that's just embarrassing. Pink, you're stupid. If you have Frost Armor, guys, give it to your teammates, especially in a double duel. And so, I am level 37. I've completed my first item. I have an orb. I moved down to the bottom here because I'm going to get some fast kills. And then, oh, you can see they're creeping up here, which I'm not aware of in the game. But I just came down here to get the quick kills and then to move south. I want to start creeping as soon as possible. And so, since I have all my beginning items, I'm just going to begin. I need to get those creeps. And so, since I do splash damage, I focus on the middle guy. This is going to take a second. I focus on the middle guy, though. And I have Ring of Gods, so they don't really do much damage to me. So, it's slow going, but I will definitely take out all 3 units. You can see we're kind of being overwhelmed. But don't worry about this. Alright, this is a good thing to come and feed off of and get experience. But don't think of it as a serious threat. You can easily... So there we go, I got the first kill. But you can easily teleport in through the back and get a kill, such as he just did. So, don't be threatened to go back to your base and stop all of your plan. Oh, and that's perfect. Alright. The Malgir Axe. Alright, Mjolnir. Alright, increases agility of hero by 40, damage by 50, and gives a 10% chance the attack will do 3 times more damage. And cause of attack, 50 more damage. Those are incredibly good for the Demon Hunter to have. I mean, that's just good for any beginning item. Is look how much damage I do. And Pink's just he didn't realize that I had all the creeps suddenly, and so he tries to run away. And I kill all of the mobs, and then I decide to attack him. He knows that I'm coming. I'm right behind him. I am chasing him. I'm not letting him go. And he's freaking terrified. Look at that. But then, unfortunately, I'm going to get the attack in. I'm going to have to go back invisible and chase him all the way back to his fountain. But it'll be worth it if you can just take out the reincarnation. And that's all I wanted to do. And so I just back up. And you can see I can take the damage now. I don't have to worry about the towers killing me on their own. And so this is a great opportunity to collect in some free kills. There's none of my teammates up here. And plus, if you destroy mobs here, it takes out the mobs in this area because they'll no longer be able to push with them. And so you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of like doing a push-pull where I'm trying to draw him in, but at the same time, I want Purple to come down in front so I can attack him back, so that way he has to run past me to come back. And then I see that he's there, but I just come in because he's not actually moving, he wasn't falling for it. So just taking out all the units, and he realizes he can't do damage to me, and he backs away. And so the next item that I'm going to be building, since I have the cause of attack already, is going to be the Blade of Death. Alright, so you can see I'm going to move in, but unfortunately he started teleporting too early, and for some reason he did not net in time. If he had netted, we would have been okay. But yeah, see, it's just, that's Teal, who is constantly angry that I keep taking over his bridges. Because the bridges are a great choke point for summoners, is because not enough of our mobs will be able to attack their units, and then At the same time, they can keep recasting their summons into the bridge. And so, since everything's dead, I'm going to keep teleporting side to side. I never want to just be attacking towers. Let the mobs take care of the towers. What you want to do is take care of the heroes and their mobs. So yeah, Blue's trying to run away. Not going to happen. I mean, really, by this point, Blue has fallen far behind, unfortunately. You can see she's low on level, which means she's died a lot. And so, now I'm focusing on towers because there are no mobs flown out. You don't even need the open map to see this. You can look on your map. If you don't have any mobs, they don't have any mobs. So, hey, if you got nothing else to do and you don't have the right spells or whatever to do creeping at the moment, go for it. I mean, just a little push can be helpful also because they can't see that area. And so I'm running back right now, and I picked up the Heart of Bloodfeather, give myself a little bit of extra agility before the duel. I'm up against Teal, who has an extremely good creep item, the Heart of Cyronox, but if you look, has nothing to help him with health. So I pop into Metamorphosis, I just do direct hits straight to him. I go right over his units, and that's it. I mean, and also, this is working me towards a boots I bought. So it's kind of strange, but I have a little bit of everything. For attacking and for everything else is my agility is boosted. I have the Orb of Lightning, I have the axe, and I have a ring. So even though I don't have traditional items for an agility hero, it works. You know, you can go off the beaten path with items, guys, and it really it can help you so much. And so here's what I love to do with Demon Hunter is once you're at a strong enough level that you can't be attacked normally, go into their base and start destroying towers. Wait for their mobs to spawn and take all of the mobs. It's kind of selfish. You're taking everything away from your teammates. But when you have splash damage with Demon Hunter, this is a crazy way to get lots of money fast and also gain crazy level fast. And so you can see they just circled. They will die by splash. And all you gotta do is just keep moving around to kill them. Their summoner tries to come and stop me, and it's not gonna work. It's because, he brings in his strength guy, and I back away because, and look, that Blue tried to sneak up too. But since I ran away so early, it's not gonna work. I mean, I could just teleport out right now, and they couldn't do anything about it. Which is exactly what I do. Is just teleport out. Don't try to fight a battle that you can't win, guys. Is that when you have 3 heroes on you, even if they're not the strongest in the world, their spells are going to be enough to do major damage and to down you. If Blue had been a better player, I might have been in real trouble. But unfortunately Blue is not, so I wasn't. So I'm making the Boots of Gods before Blade of Death, I suppose. And so I'll have an increase in agility. And I also have a boost in damage. And so I'm not sure what I rearranged over here. Oh, I dropped my Boots of Speed because I got the Boots of Quel'Thalas, just because I need that inventory space, and I picked up Heart of Bloodfeather, get an increase in all aspects of agility. And so now just keep pushing forward. We're at 7-0 in level 62. You can see my mob killing strategy really paying off with now I'm a significantly higher level than everyone else. And because I got good creeps from an early creep, I don't have to worry about going off to creep. I can continue to push and continue to kill mobs. And that's all I'm going to do. And you can see, and with the Ring of Gods, I have the health necessary to do this. And without the Ring of Gods, it just wouldn't be possible. So if someone's trying to teleport in, I'm not even really worried about him. If he tries to attack me, I'll just back off. You can see he's feigning, go back into his base, waiting for his mobs to come forward because he is an aura hero. And so I back away as well, wait for him to interact. Look like I'm going to head back to my own base. He says okay, moves into his, and doesn't realize I closed the gap. And then just instant contact attack. He doesn't have a chance to run away. He doesn't have any health built up yet. And now I can just move in and kill all of his mobs without them having aura. And so I really like that little movement trick. Is look like you're feigning for one direction, especially if you're an agility hero and you have Windwalk and you have high agility. Is look like you're going one direction and then just suddenly do a beeline straight for him, and half the people won't even see it coming. I mean, it'll just it'll friggin' blow their mind. It just so I combined, made the Boots of Gods, now I have the Ring of Gods and the Mjolnir Axe, which is kind of it's like a not so good Blade of Death, but it still has a chance to do extra damage. And since I have such high agility, that's all I need. It's just the chance to do extra damage. Is guarantee. I mean, one out of every 10 hits, I'm gonna do a higher damage hit. And so since I hit like 10 times in maybe 5 seconds, that's all I need. So you can see I'm doing it again. I'm moving up into their base. I'm just attacking their towers. Doing a little bit of frustration. Oh, and I got real units coming now. And you can see I'm just feeding straight into it. Just let them come. Is I could use all of this money. And so I use it. That's it. And then Teal can't do anything really about it. He doesn't have any serious stun moves. He does good damage. Yeah, see that? That was 2 criticals in a row. Took out Teal. And so while Teal does get... Oh look, blue. He Trigman chased her all the way over here. That was a steal of a kill, but I took it anyway. That's kind of unfortunate. I shouldn't have done that. You can see I'm relying on my splash damage again. I'm doing damage to the barracks. Splash damage is not filtered damage, guys. So your strength and your armor don't apply for splash damage. You take direct damage. Later in the game, you can hurt someone more by attacking the unit next to them than them if you do splash damage, because it's just not filtered by your armor or your strength. Say you're doing 15,000 damage, you could be doing like 6,000 direct damage with every hit, which is freaking amazing. And so I went with the Orb of Venom again. I'm gonna build the double ring, and this is just an interesting thing. You may not necessarily play this way, but I do the double ring for Demon Hunter, just because. Why not? I mean, it's so incredibly powerful. Yeah, and he runs away because of course he just doesn't have the ability to place the kill. All of the heroes have been frozen by my teammate's attack, who should be running away, but is staying to try to get a few extra mob kills. He's relying on me to be able to push off Teal, which I cannot. He should just try to get away. So I'm going to sneak up and try to hit Teal, and he just kind of backs off lamely. And you see, this is all time when he's stuck in his base. Teal is not gathering any experience at the moment, and he's their strongest player for sure. So it weakens him so much. And so I see blue up here, and she has some kind of plan. I'm not sure entirely what it is. And so, oh look, all right, so they all converge on me. I just go wind walk and get the hell out of there. As you saw that freeze, just a little while longer, and I would have been stuck frozen. And that would have been my death. I mean, you need to be careful. And he says solo El Garithos. I mean, red is playing solo, or orange is playing solo, and that's true. When I'm Demon Hunter, I do play solo. I don't usually play team except early on in the game. And so now I'm just focusing. And I still, with them combined, with any hero with aura as well, and you don't have the aura, oh no, because you have to back off. But I have a contingency. I like to do this with Demon Hunter a lot, is, especially after you make ring, just slip in, and you see all these little peons, kill them. They'll no longer be making gold. You don't even have to take down the base, just take down the peons. And that's it. I mean, especially with a high agility hero, you can do this in a matter of like 30 seconds. And then, what are they going to do about it? They're trapped. They can try to run in to get me, but they're not going to make it here in time for me to save this. They can try to teleport in. I'll see them coming. I can probably get the kill, unless they get their entire team to come and teleport in. And now I'm just whacking the towers a little bit. I see that someone is teleporting in. And I decided not to leave as I originally thought, because only one person was. And so I switched over to my ultimate form, and I'm just beating the crap out of purple. I see I'm not going to chase him down in time, but I'm willing to try. You know, just to push him away and to get to these mobs is, honestly, guys, I cannot say how much splash damage can be beneficial to you in the game. I mean, the Demon Hunter, especially with his splash damage during his ultimate, it is just infinitely useful. And so now I'm just attacking their building directly, but I don't want to do that necessarily because I want these mobs to come out so I can continue to get money. I mean, why would I just... See, I'm telling them, just leave barracks, so that way we'll continue to have money. And then you can see Purple's trying to... He's trying to kill off my mobs as well. And he's just gonna get pushed away. He does have his Crown of Gods, so he can take a significant amount of damage, but I just have a higher agility. And I haven't even picked up the Blade of Death yet, which I will soon. I almost have enough since I picked up the crown, or sorry, the what the hell are they called? The Alright, let's see. I just gotta check the chest. There, Claws of Attack. Thank you. And look, they try to attack, and I just go invisible and I'm walking. Neither one of them have an attack that can actually slow me down. And I just walk right off, and I go to upgrade my items. Because why not? I mean, might as well switch out, heal up, make yourself a little bit stronger as you do. And so come back in and continue to take out their mobs. They'll never be able to get out of this little bubble that they're trapped in. I chose not to get the Blade of Death, I guess, because I'm only 4,000 or 3,000 off of being able to buy the full thing. And so instead I'm doing the same thing I did at the top to the bottom. Is just proceed to kill all of their little guys, and this will just drive them nuts, believe me. I mean, look at them trying to come back in to stop that too. And I don't really worry about that too much because I know that Teal still has weak health. Yeah, he does great damage and that's cool, but like if I actually just hit him, he'll be dead. You can see him, he's trying to run away now. Because I'm just gonna bash him back in the face. And I just attack his mobs. And that's the big thing. See, he keeps trying to attack my weaker teammate. And I just left because there's nothing I can really do to help him. I know he's going to die. I'll be very surprised if he gets away. And so, if you cut your losses, guys, don't... You can see I'm waiting around for the money. I have the money sufficiently now to get the Blade of Death. And so... I drop all my items because it's going to a tournament match. You can see that he got the Crown of Gods, and he went straight for Blade of Death. Good choice. He didn't, unfortunately, have the 10,000 necessary to combine these items together. But like I said, Trigman is an interesting hero because he's the only intelligence hero that does physical damage. And so, a lot of the items are useless on him, and he needs, even though he attacks directly, he needs good health. So you have to go with Ring normally, but this is an interesting build because it's working. And it's all because he does not have the Blade of Death, and the Trigman does. See? And so that's the difference that Blade of Death can sometimes make in a game. And now Purple's trying to run because I'm not sure why. I mean, he has reincarnation, or maybe he doesn't. You know, it might have been used up. No, it wasn't. He's just, for some reason, running away. I mean, who knows? And so he comes back, and if I had to make the guess, I would say that Trigman's gonna win, just because of that Blade of Death. He does significantly more damage. Not to say that Purple doesn't do an alright himself, but he needs to get Blade of Death, or else he'll never win. And that's it. Killed him with a spell. And so I'm combining my stuff together to make my Blade of Death. And so I'm looking in here. Pick up the Claws of Attack that I already had. Blade of Death. And then my teammate also finished his Blade of Critical Death. And this is also why it's extremely nice to get kills. If you're the Demon Hunter and you can get to 10-0, look at this. Is like, I have I didn't even pick up my ring back. Oh, because he was standing in the way. So I'm going to get rid of an item, pick up my ring. There we go. I have 3 items as compared to everyone else who only has 2. I mean, look at him. He's Sure, he has some creep items, but he only has 2 regular items. He hasn't even completed the other item. So you can see I'm back destroying their, what's he pinging for? Oh, he's saying all this stuff is down here if you want it. But same with him. He has crown and blade, but he does not have anything else. So, bam, that's why you make ring first. Now it's just a matter of putting the final nails in the coffin. They're not really generating any money anymore. They're being actively destroyed. I'm guessing that their team is just giving up. They're just, oh no, it looks like teal is still there and purple is still in game, but they're trying to decide what to do. They're probably talking to each other because they are locked in their base. And let's see, he made a Blade of Critical Death as well. Good choice, but once again, did not give himself any more health. I mean, you have to give yourself more health. I'm playing up and down lanes, by the way, as you can see. Just because, why not? It's useful for me to be able to get as many kills as possible, continue this high item roll. I mean, look at the amount of damage that can be done now. I mean, now I can clear out entire mobs by myself without ever being harmed. So it's worth it. And you can hear that the door is closing and opening, and this is the creep that I hope to get. Is if you get to a high enough level, move in to take this. Just take that area. And so, I believe that's exactly what I'm doing, yeah. So I'm going to go and run straight into here and take out the biggest bosses in the game. I mean, pop into ultimate form and you do splash damage. And that should be all that she wrote. The only thing better than what I have now is also have aura. Is unfortunately our team did not have a strong aura. And see, it's running close, but I'm just barely strong enough to be able to kill Balnazar. So I kill him, grab the item, and get the hell out of there because I'm very damaged. The item is Gem of Pure Energy. Great gem to have. Reduce the armor by 25 units for 5 seconds, adds 50 bonus damage, and your attacks become ranged. So, very good item to have for a Demon Hunter. And now's the time to really just rip in and do some serious damage. And so you can see that just the amount of physical damage that's done to all units because of Splash and because of the gem, which if you have the gem, Splash does amplify that. Is that all units hit by Splash will also be hit by the gem's effect. And that's powerful. I mean, that's very powerful. And Pink is saying need team. Unfortunately, while I was off creeping, he did die. I just said I'm going to finish the game. Alright, so a tournament battle was called. And I'm going to run up, get myself some mobs. And let's look in the base, see what they're up to. It looks like they're trying to... For some reason, Purple was trying to attack him, and that's not going to work. I'm not even sure where their Archmage went. But I'm moving back into their base, because I said I was going to finish. Start to do major damage. And just take out the barracks. Once their barracks are down, there's going to be nothing left to fight. But of course, if you have the ability to kill everything in around the barracks that gets spawned out, it's just more money for you. I mean, look at roll in. It's getting to the point where you can build just about anything. And so Teal is trying to. He actually does really good damage now with that blade, but he had better watch the fuck out because he doesn't do enough damage. It's just a little bit of physical damage and he's done. Alright, so we've been entered into a tournament. And as you can see, it is Mirdam and the Archmage, the Purple, and Heiko. And unfortunately, I've been entered into a glitch. Because Red is still in the game, but for some reason went bugged, it's saying that I'm fighting Red, but I'm not. It's just that Red's not actually in this arena, so I'm all alone. And the Archmage is able to, of course, defeat. And then Purple versus Rodrigo. And yeah, I'm stuck up here. I'm just pacing back and forth, running around. Yep. It's a somehow my typing got all crazy destroyed, and so I said I guess I fight bear. Is that alright? So every arena has a boss. This is one boss. That's another boss. Is once you kill the bear, there is a snowman boss directly after him, and the snowman boss is a little bit stronger, level 100. And let's see. So I'm still stuck in a bug. Now he is running around and just killing all the mobs in here. I said I'm gonna fight bear. So as you can see, I dropped my teleport. I dropped my teleport so that way I'll be able to pick up items when I kill the bear. So because I know he'll come to life eventually, so I'm just waiting around for it. And Archmage is stuck there waiting as well. I mean, there's nothing that either one of us can do about it. It's just a matter of time. And so he's pacing back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just waiting for the bear to come in. And so red has been elected to kick. And so we all just say yes. We want to get rid of red. And hopefully that will fix the bug in the game. Because it says I'm fighting red. And red was kicked. But unfortunately, it didn't do anything for me. Is that I'm still in the bug and the game is continuing to go, and I got rid of my teleport. So he can actually move out, because even though he doesn't have his teleport, or he does have his teleport, his ultimate attack is gonna let him leave the arena. There we go. Okay, so the bear comes in. The bear does a stun. You can watch out for the stun. See, he's able to teleport out now. But you can watch out for the stun. It does do some significant damage. I'm actually being hit by the archer in the other arena. I don't realize it. So I'm actually taking double damage. I wish I had realized earlier. I move away because just so I take less damage than before. And that's it. Just moving to take out the bear. This is where you probably get your best creepable item in the game. If you kill the snowman, who's not hard to kill as long as you can survive, you get the Staff of Preservation. Alright, teleports the hero to the target ally unit structure, increases strength, agility, and intelligence of the hero by 100. So the best thing about this isn't even the boost in stats that it gives you, it's the teleporting ability. I mean, as soon as I'm waiting to heal, and I'll show you. See how fast you teleport? Because you teleport crazy fast. And so that makes it so easy for you to move around the map. Is you don't have that little period of time to teleport. Is you can go up, down, and you're around. I mean, you cannot be stopped because it only takes you like a couple seconds to move from side to side. I mean, here, look. We'll teleport again, if we can. And so the bottom lane is being pushed by Teal again, who's continuing to try to do that. He's got himself some Ring of Gods. And he does significantly good damage now, and he has the Ring of Gods, so he's caught back up. The only downside is that he never gave himself immune to magic, so he died because of it. His intelligence heroes usually need that. I mean, you need to be immune so that you can't be targeted and held down like he just was by this guy's net. And so that's it. It's the end of the game. Staff of Preservation. Keep that in mind. It can only be gotten from the snowman. It's such a useful item. It's just because of its quick teleport that you can just boom, boom, boom. And it only takes 1 second, if even, to teleport you. And so, really the only thing slowing us down now is that the mobs keep spawning out. And I'm just looking to get more money. Because I almost have enough money to make the double ring. And so, I don't know about you, but I like to see how high I can get my hero statted before I finish the game. If I have a chance, I'll go and I'll do a high-end creep before the game's over. So look how fast that teleport is. Freaking love that. And so I'm just dropping all my crap everywhere. And I'm just picking up, we got the Ring of Fineness, the Percept of Power. I'm going to pull the Poison Orb back out of my chest, and then just combine that all together. And so I went .m, I put it in my chest because I don't trust these guys. They may steal my creep drop items. They can't pick up a regular item, but they can certainly pick up a creep drop item. And so these two will combine together to make a special ring, which will be the double ring. And it's the ring of the wisdom of, or goddess of wisdom, Athena. And so you thought I could take damage before with one ring. Now with both, nothing will ever hurt me. I mean, ever. Look at that. I can take a lot of his hits without even taking the slightest bit of damage. And he can hardly take any of mine without dying. So, it's game. And we're just pushing forward, getting our last... And no one even went aura, which is so unusual to win a game without anyone going aura. It's because that's usually your strongest power. So, oh, yeah. So I'm moving over. I'm just going to kill off his units so he can't kill off mine. And just kind of push him away a little bit. And just do a few little hits. Linger around. So that way he can't just actively kill my units. I'll always be here bugging him. And then, oh, look, he froze him in place. I get a chance to finally hit him when he can't move away. And do just enough criticals to take out Teal again, who's unstuck and reached level 100. As you can see, the mobs are already overflowing in, and it is game. I mean, I said thank you for freezing. Just because I would never have been able to get Teal. He would have just kept running back over to this corner of the base, and then getting away. And so, that's it. That's game. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. Demon Hunter is my favorite agility hero for sure in the game. And maybe my second favorite. My second favorite Horde hero. And so, this is the very end. The base is just being overrun. Headquarters being taken down. And that's it. I mean, if you guys have any more heroes or anything that you want to watch me play as, see my different strategies for playing with them, please leave it in the comments. I would love to help. If you have any questions about the game, once again, either message me or put it in the comments. I will see if I can get back with you if you want to play with me or something like that. My tag is Brutal6. But anyway, thank you guys very much for coming to watch today. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.